Peace, family. So today, I want to lift a very important point, because I don't think we really understand how important social engineering is in this current time that we live. Social engineering is the manipulation and control of a group of individuals by various means and various methods. So what I want to talk about is some of the means and methods that are used currently to make black folk behave in a manner that might not be natural to them. So let's get straight into it. First and foremost, I want to talk about the diet. Whether we want to agree with this or not, black people have their own diet. Other nationalities, other cultures around the world, they have diets of their own. And we can pretty much tell you who or what country they're from based off of what they're eating. But black people, particularly in America, are eating foods that are indeed poisonous and make us more impressionable to outside influence. But to better assist you in understanding that principle, I want to allow my alter ego to take the stand. Chase?
Peace, what's cracking, what's popping, what's happening, all my family, what's going on? Now we here to talk about, you dig, this here social engineering with my man's D. I'm the alter ego, Chase. Dig this here, man. Have you ever seen little dusty ass rugrats in the morning, right? On the bus, in their car, or just walking on their way to school, banging a bag of Flaming Hots? I'm talking about sucking their fingers, getting the sauce off of that and all that, man. Just getting on your nerves and all that, crunching and all that, trying to talk roast and all that. You ever seen how they bang it down with a quart of juice and then some annihilators and whatnot? It's like a whole breakfast to them, you know what I mean? And then they put cheese in the meat and it's gooey and nasty. Yeah, okay. You see what's going on. You see where I'm going with this, right? Now, with that same frame of mind, have you ever seen one of these little white proper boys with a bag of Flaming Hots in their hand? Have you ever seen them sucking their fingers, getting the cheese off of their fingers and whatnot? No, boy, you never seen that. Never.
Thank you, my alter ego. Now, to take us further into the perspective on diet, have you ever noticed that our creature family, the birds, for the most part, right? They have certain tendencies that shows a certain characteristic based off of what they eat. Could this be an example of how black people are based on our diet? But to further clarify that point, I want to shoot it back to our alter ego, Chase.
Now, have you ever noticed that whenever a black person eats like Flaming Hots, you know what I mean, and mild sauce fries and whatnot, they snacking, they smacking, they eating, their eyes get red after they get through eating, they unbuckle their belt, they lay out, chill for a second, they don't want to move, you could damn near stick them up. You could rob a person right there, then and there, after they get through eating that. They don't want to move, and if you run up in their space, all of a sudden they call for the squad, they squad up, and then all of a sudden you get a whole squad of dudes around it. Now peep this, it's the same way, right? We did a little experiment with the birds, man. We did something with the pigeons and the little seagulls, right? Well, they got the banging. Some of the mild sauce fries and some of the Flaming Hots with the cheese and the meat. Cause them the only two birds that eat our garbage. You notice that? Any other bird walk right past it. Tried it with my parakeet. Anyway, so they bang the fries, right? The seagulls, you ever notice that when they get in that large group in that cluster, they get to eating, it's that one seagull, that one pigeon that get to eating the mild sauce fries, and then you run up to them, they don't even budge. They damn near look at you out the corner of their eye like, man, I wish this dude would run up, man. And you'll notice that one seagull make that call like, nah, nah. And all of a sudden, you get a whole swarm of seagulls just flying and flopping around you and shit, trying to peck at you and all that. They squad up on you. It's the same way with us.
Thank you, my alter ego. And I'm glad you keep bringing that point up about cheese being added to fries and added to Flaming Hots, because cheese is another key factor of why our people may be so emotional. But to further take that point away, I want to shoot back to our alter ego to explain some of the differences of high intakes of dairy, most importantly, cheese. Alter ego, take it away.
Dude, you ever noticed that in the middle of the hood, man, the most arguments, the most fights and all of that is right there in the center of the hood. And why? It's that goddamn cheese. Motherfucking cheese. That one dude with the ignorant dreadlock hanging, you know, and he always twisting and playing and scratching his stomach and all that. What up, man? What up, Joe? What do he got in his hand? A bag of Flaming Hots, extra cheese and meat. Cheese. Whenever you at them social gatherings with the women, right? And they all talking about, you know, book club meetings and all that. That's the ones that always crying and whatnot and snotting and talking about their men and how they feel unappreciated and all that. What are they usually eating on? Cheese and wine. That goddamn cheese. Cheese and crackers. Cheese and cucumber sandwiches. Cheese and ham. Cheese. It's always cheese. Cheese is the root of that fucking emotion, man. I hate it. Man, I could take you all into the science of it, man, but I leave that up to my brother, man.
Thank you, my alter ego. Great points about that cheese. Come to think of it, there's an even deeper thought that I've had about what is cheese. Cheese is nothing more than processed old milk. And what do you call old milk? You call it spoiled. Spoiled milk produces spoiled people. Spoiled? The black community is definitely spoiled. We'll rather ask and beg every other nationality to do for us what we should do for ourselves. Great points to my alter ego. And lastly, to talk about this diet, I want to take us a little bit into why we should forbid and refrain from the ingestion of pork. And this is not just because I'm a Muslim or because of Islam. This is because pork is along the same lines of social engineering. But to take us further into that train of thought, I shoot back to my alter ego. Chase, take it away.
Hell yeah, man. That pork, that pig, man, that motherfucker's so ugly. You ever been to the farm and just seen a pig? That snout, that ugly sloping forehead, his eyes hanging low. Just ugly as hell, right? Face always down in some shit. Always eating garbage. Whatever you throw his way, eat his young. Eat garbage, eat manure, eat whatever, right? And yet, we the highest eaters of that shit, man. We eat the most pork in the world, man. Why? Then you look at us, right? Pigs are fucking sodomizers. They'll sodomize another pig. You ever seen a male pig on another male pig? They hump each other. They'll eat their young. They'll hump whatever they could. They nasty. Then you wonder why, right? When we eat it now, all of a sudden we're the new face of homosexuality and tolerance for that. Bullshit. Bullshit, man. Now all of a sudden everybody want to put their motherfucking rainbow flag up on their Facebook and all that and show their, oh, I love everyone and I'm tolerant of everyone. Yeah, I love people. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't for that shit. It never been our way. It never was our way. Till we started eating that goddamn sloppy ass, filthy, slimy shit called pork. You ever notice? Just pay attention now. Your head hanging low. You all lethargic and slow like a pig. Just look at some of our facial features. You ever hear the old saying, you are what you eat? You ever see that big, fat, stinking ass lady on the bus stop, getting ready to get on the bus? Her snout pushed back and all that like a pig. Her head and eyes sloping forward. And she just breathing heavy just like a pig. And the first thing she say out her mouth is, I'm hungry. It's hot. Y'all want to get something to eat? Everything is food related. That's just like a pig. Everything in his life is food related. Eat everything. Y'all cut that motherfucking pork out, man. Garbage ass shit.
So we look forward to talking about so many more factors of how pork, cheese, the diet of our people plays a key role in social engineering, manipulating us and making us to do things that we would otherwise not do. So this is part one of a several video part series to talk about social engineering and its effects in this time of war. Coming to you live from the local park, Sensei Daniel and his alter ego, the Mighty Chase. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.